All righty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's do some TA. Guys, we got a whole lot of absolutely nothing going on today, so I'm going to point out there are, there's only really one spot over here on QQ that we're going to be watching. All right, we're going to watch for some downside. But on the upside, all right, there's going to be one spot that's really going to be determining when this thing's actually going to move. And it is going to be 484.50. If price can get above 484, we'll call it 484.60, all right? You get above 484.60, that tells you that you have odds suggesting you're going to be coming up and revisiting this high right here. If you revisit this high right here, you're probably not going to stop there. All right, you had this giant cup, you got a handle, and you've come up here. You're probably not going to stall out there. So, break above 484.50. I'm still, yeah, it rolls off the tongue there. Break above 484.50. You're probably going to start heading up to all-time highs. We're probably going to see this, chop fest we got going on today come to a halt, and we'll finally be getting a trending move back to the upside. All right, now I am just going to point out here on the 4-hour time frame. All right. See how you pull back to your 4-hour 9 EMA and you consolidate and then you went along your way. We're going to come over here to ES. All right. I know we got a bunch of crap on the chart currently. We could take that off. Okay. There you go. Price is just, pulling back to that 9 EMA there, consolidating above it. And, we have the same exact look over here on NASDAQ. All right, so we're just going to go like that. And you're also just consolidating above that. It is not looking bad at all. All right, now on NQ, if you can break above 20,210, you're probably going to start running towards all-time highs. All right, 20,983.75. All right, but come back over here to QQQ. Let's just go over the levels. What are you paying attention to? So far, you literally just pulled back. And you definitely seeing buyers hold the line. We printed a daily, pin bar candlestick, not the worst look. And today, guys, neither side is taking the wheel. You have 0.5% of range here, top to bottom, 0.53%. Not the widest range we've seen over here on QQ. This is probably the smallest range we've seen in a while. Daily range, we very well could have a end of the day move here, considering that would be the smallest day since no, bigger range on that day. We haven't had this small of a day in a very long time. Guys, the market is at a standstill, but I think it's just consolidating before going higher. And that's what I want to make clear in this video, all right? But yeah, very, very clearly, the market is just literally just consolidating. Why do we have a 0.5% range on QQ? Because, all right, sellers aren't committed here. Buyers are just taking their foot off the gas, but I think they're about to be putting their foot back on the gas here. The fact that sellers aren't shoving you down when they have their opportunity here tells us we're probably going to be breaking up. All right. The levels to watch on QQ, 484.50 above there. All right. You have 485.54 above there, 486.40 if I'm remembering correctly. That is your next 0.786 fib right there from this whole all-time high down to the low we just saw. All right, that is that whole move, okay? So break above 486.40, that's when you're really going to start going for a ride, but that's like I was, spending some time on earlier. Break above 484.50, you're probably testing that, test that, you probably break above that. Then you're watching 488.80, 490.73, 493.15, 498.44, 503.52, which is your all-time high. NQ is currently breaking up right now, and I'm just going to say right now, guys, we're in Chop City. I'm going to, just walk you through something real quick, all right? You had a move down here. Got that bounce. And then, all right, maybe you got back in. Okay, you caught that bounce. You started trimming while, you started testing this 9 EMA here on the 15-minute time frame. Typically get price dancing around that guy. All right, and then you played this retest. Well, now is when you just take a step back. All right, you take a step back because inside this golden pocket here, odds are shorts are going to be stepping in, and you at least know this is where they are going to be stepping in if they are. So why are you going to be going long in that thing? Push it into it right now. All right, guys. So hands off until we get above 20,105. If you can do that, probably coming up to 2126 up here. And then if you could do that, you're probably coming all the way back up here at 2164. Same thing as QQ I just mentioned, all right? Like, you know, you start breaking above here, it tells you you're testing here, all right? You break there, probably testing here, which means you're probably just going to test up here and break that. You know, like the thing wants to break up. Everything wants to break up here. Okay, you're just literally consolidating here, but I look at this as bullish consolidation before another move higher. All right, and it doesn't have to be the case. Let me show you why it doesn't have to be the case. Come over here to Mr. VIX. All right, yes, it looks ugly there on the daily time frame, but you know, you take out this low over here, get underneath 1581, you're gonna literally have a bullish divergence over here on Mr. VIX. That is what usually gives us these little bounces. All right, so right here, you know, you have room to go lower. I'm not saying you don't. We probably have one other, you know, decent move up before actually pulling back there on the indices. But you know, putting the bullish divergence right there, you had one, you spiked. All right, you put one in right there, you spiked. So you know, we're gonna be moving up here on the indices, but you know, maybe QQ gets above that key level there. Maybe it gets all the way up above 486.40 and then decides to start pulling back. And then we know, oh, that pullback is definitely a buying opportunity because it wants to go to all-time highs. All right. So, you know, just walking you through my thought process. And I ain't perfect, guys. Everything I share on this channel is just going to be my opinion. All right. I will not give financial advice on this channel, but I will gladly share my opinion almost every day here on the YouTube channel. All right. So that is QQ as support, guys. You do have 482.73, 480.38, 477.93. Coming over here to SPY. Guys, we talked about in the weekly update, this pullback is just a buying opportunity. You are retesting the cup and handle neckline. There's not much to talk about here. All right. You can consolidate here. You can bounce up from here. Those are the two, you know, paths I think price is going to take here. If you pull back into this 560.81 to 565.16 zone, expect buyers. All right. I can't tell you exactly where, but expect buyers. You have the golden pocket from here up to here. It's right here, and the 0.786 fib is at 563.40. You know, probably just in the upper part of the zone, you're going to get buyers stepping in. All right, now let's come down to the hourly time frame. Let's point out what we're paying attention to. All right, so you bounce back, okay, from here to here. You bounce back from your golden pocket. Where to, guys? Yes, the next golden pocket. I doubt it's going to come to this next golden pocket, but I'll just show you where that would be. I highly doubt that. I think it's about to break up. That would be 566.57. So that's the level you're watching on the downside there if you start to fail here. But you're expecting sellers at 570.36. That's what I was, you know, watching earlier. That's what I was telling the people. What happened? You stalled out here at 570.34, 2 cents before that level. That is fine. You were in the golden pocket. This is where you expect the opposing side, guys. At the end of the day, this thing could come down into here. It's bullish. It could continue from here. It's bullish. There's no reason to be a bear right now. All right, there's not. I'll tell you when there's a reason to start stepping into the bear territory. But right now, it's not there. Okay, your support, we'll just go over that on the hourly time frame support. 568.68, 566.57, 565.16. Resistance 570.36. Get about 571.30, we'll call it. And you're coming to 572.88. All right, so I will just go like that. Okay, okay, and then we'll come over just like that. Okay, okay again. Come over here to IWM. And what do we got rocking and rolling over here on IWM, guys? Pullback equals buying opportunity. You are still above that daily 9 EMA, guys. And, you know, it's not really a surprise that we're just consolidating. You just had a big move. That's fine. All right. Things do not go straight up. They zigzag. We literally went over that in the weekly update. I made a point about that. They zigzag. They do not go straight up. If you pull back here into 218.29, I would look for buyers stepping right there. That is your support. That is also going to be where your daily 9 EMAs. So that would be a test. Okay. But, you know, look for 218.29 to be tested. If you start losing 219.70, we're going to come over here to the hourly time frame. Actually, we're going to pull it on the hourly and come down to the 15-minute. All right. So support is 220.77 and then 219.70 If you get underneath 219.70, expect a move down to 218.29. That is where you came down to over here. That is going to be a key spot. Now you do have this downtrend, so if you push up to 222.45, you're probably going to be breaking out that downtrend. And I do have to assume you're going to start pushing up towards this high up here, but I will put the golden pocket on here anyway. All right, so a possible path for price. IWM loves its golden pocket reactions, as you could see. All right, possible path for price would be something like that. But if we come there, probably coming up to that next spot up there at 226.64. So your resistance is going to be 222.45 as well as this downtrend. Then above there, 223 is the 0.618 fib. Above 224, we'll call it, you're coming to 224.94 and then probably 226.64. Support 220.77. If you lose 219.70, expect to move down to 218.29. That is IWM for you. NQ is going bananas right now. All right. But yeah, look at DIA over here, guys. All right. This thing did not, I think it was on the weekly time frame. This thing does not look like it wants to stop going. If you pull back into this 416.55 spot, that is your, freshest breakout level. Expect buyers there. And then above 422.78, you're going to continue. All right. Now, I'll just talk about VIX real quick here, guys. Just a little reminder of what I was just saying. All right. Undercut this low here at 1581. You're going to have a bullish divergence over here on VIX. It doesn't have to, go perfectly here. This thing could get burned, and then you put in another one. I don't know how this is going to go. All right. But I am going to point out that it's there because, over here, well, what time was that? That was 10:10, right? Well, let's come over here to QQ. Do you want to know what told me we were probably going to be starting a whole lot of either sell or nothing because VIX had to bounce? Well, guess what? All right, it was right over here on Mr. VIX. You weren't looking for much up here because VIX had its 15-minute RSI in oversold territory, and then you come over here to SPY. All right, and same thing. You did absolutely nothing from that point. Excuse-moi. I felt that tickle in my throat. I was trying to avoid it, but it was there. All right. And IWM, when did you, just really start dying over here? Well, it was right over here when VIX hit oversold territory on the 15-minute RSI. So it's something to pay attention to. There's no reason not to pay attention to it. There you go. All right. We're going to go over the FANG stocks here. We got Apple. I'm just going to say, guys, all right, the iPhone release, I think, is underwhelming. And that is something that, it's not going to be the best for the stock. All right. If it was great, then hey, there you go. You have positive sentiment over here for Apple. But, this is kind of their thing. If it's not, then, Apple can take a back seat here while we see some other guys rise. All right. Speaking of taking a back seat, we're going to come over here to Goog. Guys, you do have Goog getting over this fair value gap, and if it pulls back into it, it is going to be testing the daily 9 there. You probably get buyers stepping in there. All right. This is not surprising that we're getting a pullback, but I am going to just remind everyone how this weekly chart looks and how this thing is very likely coming up here to 178.21. That's something to pay attention to. All right, so I'm bullish on Goog's pullback here. If it does not hold right here, it's probably going to hold over at 156.60, but ideally it holds right here because that's where your daily 9 is, and I would like that. All right, Amazon, how we looking, guys? Well, I think we're coming up to 201.20. I do think that was the call I made over here. I'm not saying it goes straight up because, again, zigzags. All right, you go a ziggity and you get a zaggity and a zigzag and ziggity zonk. All right, and now you're off to the moon. Above 196.62, the next resistance is going to be the current all-time high at 201.20. Support is going to be 192.86, and then underneath there, we have 188.65, 180. We're going to take that off. You don't really have anything until 182.39 down here, all right? So expect buyers over here. If you come into this spot, 188.65, that should be a big spot. Microsoft, guys. So this is what I was saying, pullback or not, we're bullish in these charts. These things don't look bad at all. I know you're, in the golden pocket here, but you pull back to the daily 9, and this should be treated as demand on the first test at least. So I am expecting a bounce from it. NQ is dying. There we go. All right. And this is why, guys, we're just going to come back over here. This is why you don't get bullish right into the golden pocket there. This is exactly where you take exactly what we were just talking about, all right? Although this thing was coming up and I was like, maybe it's going to break it. Guess what? you take your foot off the gas. You just take a step back and you just wait, because, you know, chances are you get chop, you get consolidation in the golden pocket, or you get your pullback. And, you know, if you're trading NASDAQ, these pullbacks, they're going to be big. All right. And they're going to be quick. This is the 2-minute chart. And this was 20 points in 2 minutes. All right. We're coming from here down here. 17 points in 2 minutes. That's not ideal. You want to see the last one? All right. 20 points in 2 minutes. Okay. You want to see the first one when you got close to it. All right. Within, you know, 2 minutes there, you're down almost 15 points. These are big deals. All right. So, you know, do things that are in your favor. Wait for your setups to occur and take a step back when you're in the golden pocket. There's nothing that's going to come out of the golden pocket. That's your cue to take a step back. All right. Moving on. I'm passionate about the golden pocket. I wouldn't call it passionate, but, you know, I hope I explain it well, because it does serve me well, and it allows me to avoid exactly what you just saw. All right. And that's why I'm recording the video right now. I'm telling you guys right now on QQQ. All right. You're either going to break above here or you are not. All right. You either break above this level right here or you are not. And what tells you you're probably going to be testing that is if you can get above here. All right. 483, 60. All right. If you get above there, you're probably going to come, you know, test this high up there. And then you probably make a run for, you know, again, right there. Okay. And if you can get above there, that's just exactly what we just talked about. You can go back, scroll back a little in this video, but, you know, there's nothing to do when you're in the golden pocket. So from this point, I mean, you very well could be coming over here. And what happens when you take a little trend line and you go like that? Oh, you had this uptrend. Well, you're breaking that uptrend. All right. Break under here. You're probably coming here. There you go. All right. Coming back over here to Amazon, because we weren't done talking about it. No, we were done talking about, we weren't done talking about Microsoft over here. All right. Hit it with the break and retest. Expect buyers in this zone. Resistance going to be 435.73. No, it's not. We're going to make you right there. All right. 435.98. Just had a southern accent come out of absolutely nowhere. I'm like Kamal out here in these streets. There we go. 441.85, 445.66. And then, you know, again, guys, just wait from that point. You probably do get a sell, or you're going to do what, you know, we just saw Amazon do. You're going to bust right through that bad boy. But again, you still got consolidation, so don't expect much. On the downside is support, 430.82, 425.86. Meta, this is top watch on this pullback. You know, this is one that, you know, I hope pulls back, and I hope it gets all the way down here to 531.49. All right. We've been watching this spot, this zone right here for a while. This has been our zone. Okay. Pull back into, I think it's going to treat us right. This thing, I already went over in the weekly update how I think this thing's probably headed up to 580 in the short term, and then 600. You already hit 574 today. So you know what? 580 target. It's pretty much been hit regardless. $600 I still think is attainable here. You know, you just take the low from here to there. That's $99, guys. That's 100 schmeckles. 100 schmeckles bringing you all the way up here to like 640. All right. The thing's going to have legs, but, you know, the legs need shoes, and inside those shoes, it needs feet. All right. And if you pull back, this is going to be your shoe, and you're going to use the shoe to bounce. Right. And then the foot, this pullback is going to be the foot to the eventual leg. All right. I know my analogy made no sense, but you know what? It kind of did make sense. So it's okay. It's okay. Pull back into it. Double bottom neckline. I like it. I like the stock. Boom, bop, bing, boo, pow. Buy it down here. Take profit along the way. Retarget these highs. All right. Tesla. Thing of freaking beauty. All right. We talked about this one, and I know, guys, I know it's in the golden pocket. This thing's a troll, but at the end of the day, this thing looked like it was getting ready for a move up here. You broke above 233. Guys, that was your inverse head and shoulders neckline. We talked about it. All right. That was your neckline. You broke above it. Now you're going for a ride. All right. I do think this thing's going to break above 252, then come to 265. And then, guys, yeah, I know I'm crazy. Going to come all the way up here to 299.29. All right. But, you know, hey, baby steps first. Break above 252, then 265, then 278.98. And then we could talk about the crazy 300 level. But, you know, this thing kind of looks sick to me. And that's that. All right, now coming over here to the chip stocks, guys. The chips were looking pretty sexy coming into this week. How are they shaping up? A whole lot of nothing, guys. Again, with the like very tight range we have on the day, this is chips, but you know, NASDAQ only had 0.5%, the QQQ. What the heck is that? It's crap. All right, now speaking of that, NQ is doing a thing. Did we just get the move down? We did just get the move down. Oh my, so here's the thing, all right? This thing, I have a feeling it's gonna stop right here, it's gonna come down here, all right? But it's either this is right before it shoots up and we finally test the liquidity sitting up at 20,100. That's been sitting there for quite some time, kind of, you know, this whole time since down here, which is why I was targeting up there. You want to take your dear sweet time, but that's fine. Either we're gonna probably start heading up there, or you're gonna pull back here, and then I think you're gonna head up there. One or the other is going to happen right here, right now, all right? We'll see what happens, okay? We will see. But you see how price just keeps coming down to the 15-minute 9 EMA, and then it is bouncing consistently, all right? Well, it was rejection, 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 rejection. Now you're getting above it. I think it's getting ready for a move back up. Just my opinion. So that's my bias when we were coming down here. I was looking for the sell all morning. It was taking its time, and then it happened all once, and boom. You know what didn't? It didn't take its time. It just freaking, this thing pissed me off this morning. NASDAQ saved my butt today. RTY, no. RTY got my butt minus 800 real quick this morning. But that's okay. It was, I was so tight. I really was tight. It's okay, guys. It's okay. Things happen. But you want to know about this? We'll talk about this. All right, it was from this guy up to that guy, and that's why, you know, things don't always work out perfectly, all right? This thing, I sold down here, and I was pissed. And then I started scalping the shit out of NASDAQ, and I made it all back. And now we're up at grand, so it's fine. But you know what? I was tight. I got 2 funded accounts, and I thought one of them, either way, I thought I was going to get stopped out for the day on it. It pissed me off, all right? Regardless, guys, this thing over here was a freaking troll this morning. But I do want to point out the setup was there, and it did set up right around the spot I was watching, which is why it pisses me off so much. This is the exact setup I was waiting for this morning, all right? 15-minute RSI got so freaking oversold. You could see where it started marketing. It was over there, all right? And I was expecting even over here. So, you know, I cut, and I'm getting ready to trade it again, getting ready for this low to break. I'm going to buy this 2234. What happens? It doesn't form the 15-minute bullish divergence. I'm like, you little jackwagon. Like I said, NQ made my day, but I was really pissed this morning at this thing. I was like, oh my gosh, you're not. The NASDAQ started freaking bouncing. This thing just kept dying. I was like, oh my god, bounce with everything else, please, bounce. But you're not. You didn't want to. And then, you know, when Henry Boy finally gets all tired, of course, they sell the bottom. I was pissed because, you know, in my head, all right, it's not stopping where I want it like it was, but it was looking like it was on the little of this candlestick. I was so pissed about it. So pissed about it, because what happens next? Does that, and then I see it start coming back. I'm like, nah, it's okay. It's okay. We're going to run it back. We're going to get a good one. It never came back to me. But like I said, NQ did have the movement today, which, you know, I have ADHD, guys. I like the quick movement. All right. I'm just going to say I am on conservative every day, so I'm pretty darn focused with that ADHD. But, you know, I definitely, you know, I like quick movement. I like how, you know, I catch my 5 points. I wait for my setup. I catch a quick 5 to 10 points for the most part, you know, most of these scalps. And then, you know, that's fine. It takes like minutes. Whereas RTY, oh my gosh, I was just waiting for it. And then it came, and then it didn't stop. And I was like, all right, you know, enough about that. I know I just talked your ear off. I'm sorry. Obviously, I'm still thinking about it. This thing pissed me off this morning. All right, because I'd be up so much money right now. It was, no, it's okay. I'd be up over 2K on the day. It would be a good day. It's okay. It's already a great day. I actually, you know, I got pissed about it because I was, you know, up over here, and I took it. All right, I took you know, I got $500 out of this thing before. And I was, you know, right over here. Now, luckily, everything came back for me, all right? But, you know, I was really just beating myself up about it because I'm like, Henry, you don't make $500 a day at work. You don't. And yet you work like hours and hours and hours, all right? And you don't like doing it. You could have made that in minutes and walked away for the day. All right. But, you know, it is what it is. But these are thoughts that, you know, I thought I might share, because at the end of the day, guys, that is how it is. So if you are someone who's day trading and scalping, just realize you don't have to make a lot. Okay. There's like 20 trading sessions. All right. We're going to say 18 trading sessions in a month. We'll leave leeway for holidays there. All right. 18 trading sessions, 4 weeks. Okay. Well, what happens when you get $500 every single, we'll just say 20, all right? 500 times 20, guys, you know, we're talking 10K in your month. Okay. That's a nice job right there. Okay. Now, what if you already have a job, you're getting that money? Like, that's what I'm saying. Don't take it for granted, guys. Do not take it for granted if you are up, you know, very quick and you're like, you know, this is fine by me. Fine by me. And look at it this way. This day was crap anyway, and it was Chop City, and it was just annoying. Like, you know, you can at least do something about over here in NQ. It's Chop City, at least freaking moves. All right. But, you know, just a thought. Okay. Moving on. Coming over here to NVIDIA, guys. All right. NVIDIA, still not looking the best, and it's still not something that I'd touch, but I will say it's consolidating above that daily 9, and it's not looking terrible there. You also have this inverse head and shoulders pattern that's just really not looking too terrible. Okay. It's not looking terrible. So, you know, your resistance, you're going to be watching 118.04, 120.79, 123.10. Support is going to be 115.38, 113.24. Avco over here, guys. This thing, you know, it keeps getting slapped down, but it's rising to the occasion, okay? It wants to break above 173, and if it can do that, I think it's going to drag itself back up here. All right, those are my thoughts. Above 173, it has room to 176.55, 185.16. Now, best case scenario, you get this. All right, you get like, maybe it comes right here, bam, gets slammed down. All right, but what does this tell you? The fact that it got over 173 tells you this is your buying opportunity. You look for a key level, you look where your reaction is going to be. All right, where those bulls probably going to be stepping in. It's probably going to be right here or right here. All right, regardless, if you, it's probably going to be right here. Daily 9 EMA. Let's say it happens like really quick within 2 days. Well, this thing's going to literally be right here. That's your buying opportunity, and then bang, you get to play this move. Okay. So, you know, you're not just be praying for the thing to go straight up. I say it gives us no freaking opportunity if it goes straight up. You can enter it. I'm not going to be entering it. What will I enter? This thing. All right. Pull back to me. I'll take my shot. But, you know, I don't see a reason to be doing this, because at the end of the day, you got things like this that, you know, hey, get bullish on that pullback. Just wait for that guy. The thing wants to go up. All right, you got Amazon. This thing already broke up. All right, Avgo. What are you going to be doing right now? It's right under 173. This is where it gets slapped down. Even if it goes over 173, do you want to be the guy to chase this thing? All right, you can. You can. But, you know, that pullback's going to be on the table. And then I'm going to buy it. And maybe you do too, because you got patience, because patience pays. I actually got a bracelet on that says patience pays. I normally don't wear it when I'm trading, but I thought it would be a good reminder today. Fortunately, I didn't listen this morning. I was actually, never mind. I can't knock myself. I was patient for my entry, and then I took it and it didn't work. There's nothing I could do about it. Okay? Nothing I could do about it. So what? My stop guy hit the exact bottom. So freaking what? That's fine. Little buttheads. Little buttheads, dude. AMD, how we looking, guys? You're consolidating this demand zone. Get above 157.05. You're looking for 162.04. On the downside, you got 153.64 as support. If you can't hold there, 148.99. SMCI, this is one that actually did start breaking out today. We were pointing this out. All right, it's literally just consolidating here. This was in the, you know, this is there. This is there. This is in my list of things to watch right now. I'm just saying this thing is kind of, I think it's going to be heating up here. You just got to get a daily close above this trend line. And then get above 478.56. Above there, I think you really do take a ride up to 595. And guys, premiums have been killed. All right, so keep that in mind. You could buy the October expiration, and you're not even having earnings interfere with it. Boom. All right, boom. 595. I do think above here is on the table. That is a big move. Premiums will pump again. I shit you not. All right, they will pump again. I know it doesn't seem like they can, but they can. All right, and we could see some craziness over here. I know it's fell off a cliff and it's kept falling off a cliff, but people forget it likes to have these style moves. You know, I think it's about to have one. Boom. But then again, does this look familiar. Boom, boom, boom. Off a cliff. What if this thing just slammed down, comes down to 334? All right, TSM guys, how we looking? You're back at the neckline of this inverse head and shoulders pattern, above 175.44, 182.75, 193.47. Support is going to be 171.54. MU, how we looking over here? Guys, you got earnings right around the corner. It's on Wednesday. All right, you're pushing this downtrend into earnings. I think this one wants to explode. All right. I ain't going to play it before earnings. That sucks. But I will definitely point out, I think this thing wants to bust a move. And, you know, earnings can bring like a 20% move. I'm not saying it does, but, you know, what is this move right here at 35? Well, you know, if you get earnings giving you a 20% move, you're probably just going to leave a gap like that. Okay. You know, and keep going. That could be a thing. ARM guys, then this was top watch going into this week. I am just going to say this thing is probably going to break out of this bull flag. All right. And it's probably going to head all the way up here to 152.55. There's the low of this candlestick right there. All right. You're going to have the golden pocket starting right above there. 0.618 fib is at 153.50. We'll call it. All right. Literally right above that final target for the week. I am just saying this is probably your best chip stock to focus on right now. Even if it pulls back, which I'd like it to, I'd like to, you know, enter as close as possible to this 135.41 level. You know, I'm bullish on the pullback. Even if it pulls back, we're bullish on it. Okay. I was vocal about it in the weekly update. I think it's literally doing one of these guys before another leg up. And I think at one point, it's just going to keep having that leg up. I don't think that point is yet. But, you know, this thing could bust a move. This was like a straight up, like a week here where it went up 30%. You have a 1, 2, like this is overnight though, so not even here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a week. All right. Imagine if it busts that move in a week. All right. Potential. Okay. Potential is there. You calm. Pulling back into that downtrend. All right. You're watching the golden pocket. The golden pocket starts at 161. It's the only thing we're watching from now on. This thing is ugly like without that. Okay. It's the only thing you're playing here. Golden pocket. You know, at the end of the day, we got better looking things. All right. So that is what I got for you guys today. We will close things off with Bitcoin and the miners. Bitcoin is consolidating underneath 65,103. Break above there, it probably runs up here to 70K. All right. And if it gets up to 70K, you break out of this massive bull flag here on the weekly time frame. The thing wants to bust a move. We just got to wait for it. But it's, you know, it very clearly is forming bullish structure for months and months and months and months. All right, guys, that is 2/3 of a year. Bitcoin has been consolidating. When have we ever seen that? It's getting ready for a big move, like up. Okay. If it does not move up, this will be the biggest troll chart we have covered here on this channel. Okay. Speaking of troll charts, before I forget, GME guys. All right. I actually almost took the 24 seat today. I did not for October. I did not, you know, even if this thing does get a big move, you know, risk to reward, I don't like it. Come down here, calls get absolutely killed. All right. You come here, we're not even up 100%. I don't like it. All right. And that's, you know, a good move for that. That's this whole freaking day. That's a big out of nowhere move for GME. And you'd expect, you know, hey, I want to be paid a little more for these things, but hey, it's not happening. But if you can't get above 24.69, guys, you have absolutely nothing till all the way over here. So, you know, I do think it's possible. All right. So I'll put it on your radar. I decided I'm going to leave it alone. But hey, all right. This thing probably is going to be busting move. Now, just for good old time's sake, what is AMC doing? A whole lot of absolutely nothing. What the heck is this piece of garbage over here? All right. This piece of garbage. All right. Someone brought up AMC today. And I was like, what? My head. I didn't say it. I was like, that thing's a piece of garbage. Stop talking about it. Thing's not going nowhere. It's not going anywhere. Stop talking about it. All right. It's not going anywhere. But you do have this clean downtrend here. Will we ever play it or talk about it? No. No, we will not. All right. So Bitcoin, we know, you know, on the weekly time frame, it's looking real good. It's getting ready for a big move. If it makes that big move, it's probably going to happen very quick. straight up, no pullbacks. All right. Imagine coin coming all the way up here, no pullbacks. That's what's on the table over the coming, you know, I'm talking weeks maybe. We're going to say 2 to 4 weeks. If Bitcoin starts moving, coin really could be up here. All right. Regardless, coin set up here, it's ready to go. Come over MSTR. It already started, but you know, Bitcoin starts really moving here. All right. This is moving very well with Bitcoin. All right. Let's literally put it next to each other. You're at this high. Now we have that. Okay. MSTR moved very well. Okay. So your support, you're watching 142.16, resistance 150.77, 159.25. All right. Now something that didn't move well at all with Bitcoin was Mara. You're pushing up against this downtrend after backtesting this downtrend. All right. I think a move over here could start up. Now, again, one that, you know, this is the one I'm watching over here to play some catch up. It hasn't moved at all with Bitcoin. Okay. Bitcoin has had a massive recovery here. Massive. The whole freaking move have been recovered. What happened to CLSK? It did not get back up to 1275. I'll tell you that much. All right. I'll also tell you it's down 20 freaking percent. Probably going to bust the move, right? Above 975, 1084, 1275, then 1370. All right. Final target here for this bounce that I think is about to start up, 1370. Doesn't have to start up, but I'll make the call. I'll stand by it. All right. I see a lot of people online. They don't make the calls. They do not make calls, man. They just kind of, they don't. All right. And then I see people, I hate it. I hate it so much. And like, guys, let me know if you like wouldn't hate it if I do it, but you know, I don't even want to do it because I hate it. I hate when people go back after the fact and post a chart when in reality you posted like, you know, 20 gazillion charts and what your original post didn't really point to what just happened. Unless you put a target on the board, do not, you know, get the bragging rights. These massive accounts with like 50K subs do it. And I'm like, get out of here. I got better content than you. Just give me the exposure. All right. Regardless, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it was a little off track here. That's okay. We're having a good time. I hope you guys had a good day today. And with that being said, I'll catch y'all in the next one. If you like this video, please remember to leave the like. Go join me over there on the Twitter if you want to come trade with me. I be trading futures every morning, and that link is down below. All right. With that being said, I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.